Potted plants are such an essential part of any garden, but why limit yourself to one plant per pot when you can combine multiple plants and really get the most out of a limited space garden and get maximum culinary impact? I'm going to show you how to make some themed productive pots, so there'll always be something nearby that's ready to pick and eat, no matter what time of the year. This is a pizza and pasta pot. It's filled with plants that are really good for Italian cooking. Things like tomatoes, of course. People get quite religious about planting their tomatoes early in the season. And it is, it's the queen of the summer veggies. Always plant a tomato with a bit of basil. This is perennial basil. You can use an annual sweet basil as well. They go well together. You might notice a few of these dwarf marigolds. They're said to repel nematodes in the soil, and they just look good, bring the pollinators as well. You could, if you had a larger pot, put in things like thyme, which will just trail over the edge, and you could also plant some oregano or marjoram. All of these things will make a fantastic pizza or a great spaghetti bolognese. You know what a bouquet garni is? It's the French word for a little bunch of herbs that are tied together with string that you can put into a casserole or a soup or a stew. Gives flavour to that. Well, that's what we've got here in this pot. I've filled this lovely metal pot, it's recycled, with some butte potting mix. Really good stuff, and it's going to grow things beautifully. The centrepiece will be this bay tree. Now, they're very useful trees, but they will grow to be 30 metres high if they're out in the garden bed, so keep them contained at all times. The next plant is rosemary. This is a prostrate rosemary. How Mediterranean is that? And it will grow over the edge and spill down with beautiful mauve flowers. You can use pieces of rosemary all the time in cooking. And then you've got things like the parsley, the flat leaf parsley, you've got the curly leaf parsley, coriander, of course, and a bit of dill, and even a bit of oregano. Very fine, all useful for cooking. Next up is a curry pot. Now, I happen to like a curry, a good hot one, even better. But any sort of curry is beautiful, and all these plants are going to be great ingredients for a curry. I'm using a wooden box with slats in it, and so hence that geotextile material will stop the potting mix falling through. Potting mix, if you go and get a premium brand of potting mix, will have the right elements in there, in particular the fertiliser, and never use garden soil because it does compact too much. I'm going to add a bit of life to it with a couple of handfuls of cow manure and a little bit of homegrown compost as well. For plants, we've got eggplants. That's going to go right in the centre of the pot. And eggplants are great because they look good with that lovely purple teardrop shape. We don't use them enough. We should use eggplants more. I happen to like a hot chilli. This is habanero. It's not terrifically hot, but it's got the most beautiful little orange lantern-shaped fruit. And coriander, you know that, it's always good. Got a lovely taste to it. That's going to go round the edge. And spinach, this grows over summer, but in winter you can change that. Take it out and grow some kale, and if you want to, take the eggplant out and grow a cabbage. This is going to be a Mexican flavoured pot. A little bit spicy and some a little bit sweet. This is a jalapeno chili. I really like them. They're quite hot though, so be prepared. The tumbler tomato, sweet, and it's a lovely, really nice fruit to plant because it will actually grow over the edge of the container, just like a tumbler. You don't need to stake it. The sweet mama capsicum, again, a really good plant just for a lovely sweet taste. And a few chives around the edge will make it really good. And of course, just to add a little bit of vibrant colour, those dwarf marigolds are just terrific. This might look overplanted, but you'll get lots of flavour in a small space. Put it by the back door near your kitchen so that you will use all the vegetables, and remember to give it a water. There you go, a few differently themed pots that'll really earn their keep by combining lots of plants into a small space. So why not give one of them a go, or think of your own plant combination?